center stage, Mr. Scott Francis, all the way from Wichita, Kansas, where he used to call home. Now lives down in South Riding, Virginia, but he has been a licensed pilot for over 30 years. He's the son of an experimental test pilot, the grandson of an airline pilot. Scott grew up in aviation. He's been flying aircraft as long as he could remember. His early graduation present in high school was training for and obtaining his private pilot license under the tutelage of a very, very strict flight instructor, his own father. Back in '03, he started flying more or less straight and level. And for 18 years, Scott got the itch to do something just a little bit different. So he took a few aerobatic courses back in '03. And, well, the hook was set. As they've said, the rest is history. A year later, he purchased his first aerobatic airplane, a little biplane called a Pit Special, where he began competing at the sportsman level as part of the International Aerobatic Club sanctioned aerobatic contest. And then, the year after that, he moved up to the intermediate level. Flew 5 or 6 contests per year, and in '06, Scott began flying demonstrations at the world-famous Bealton Flying Circus, right there in Bealton, Virginia, where he still flies today. Now, his style is incredibly unique. A lot of pilots who fly the MX, now there's only like 12 of these things in existence, but a lot of the guys, they try and do the same maneuvers better than the next. Scott, though, has, in my opinion, an incredibly unique style that is all his own. Watch him as he builds up the energy, really showing off the speed of the MXS, and he even has the race canopy to prove it. But still, the precision with which he operates it, just like that, with that oh-so-slow aileron roll, followed by the blistering one at the end, shows Scott's breadth as an aviator. This guy can fly fast, and he can fly slow, but Scott, unlike a lot of the aerobatic pilots who fly the MXS, he really opens this thing up and lets it run. Watch him on this 300-plus mile-an-hour dive into Air Show Center. You can see the energy in this airplane, the way Scott flies it. And it really is fun to watch him as he zips and zooms from end to end of the aerobatic box. You can tell how this guy has around 3,000 hours now, more than 40 different types of aircraft. He holds an ATP, that's an airline transport license, in both single and multi-engine aircraft. The high G and high energy performance of this MXS, again, enables Scott to do tumbling maneuvers and the gyroscopic stuff, just like he's doing there at Show Center. But it also enables Scott to get rather inventive. Watch him as he dives back in here, and I'll show you what we're talking about. Again, from South Riding, Virginia, this guy pushed about 5 decades on Earth. Flies this airplane like a guy just over 18. Just stands on the rudder pedal and holds it there in a knife-edge photo pass for us. Again, where the wing is not flying, but the power of that Lycon 6-cylinder engine, 355 horses, helps hold it in the air on that particular pass. Now, for the mathematicians in the audience, this thing weighs about 1,179 pounds. With 355 horsepower, you can figure out the power-to-weight ratio. This thing has an incredible one and a roll rate somewhere around 300 degrees per second. That means Scott can flip end over end just like this with just the whip of the control stick and the kick of the rudder pedal. Now as he gets back down to striper scaring range, there are those big fish we saw fly up earlier today. No kidding, Scott said he saw a few on his teaser. Watch him now on this top end pass as he comes back around the top here. Watch what he's going to do. He's going to hold it there just a second and then flip one more switch and around he goes. Just the flip of that control stick between his legs and a kick of the rudder pedal. Now you saw it on one side. Let's watch him as he realigns here on the left. The invisible box that you see out there with those buoys is what we refer to as the aerobatic box for the air show. It's where all of the action happens. And it's designed not only for Scott's safety, but all of ours. Let's watch him as he dives back down to show center markers. Right there, rolls it over. And when he pulls this time, he's going to show you the outer edge of that box. He's about there. Watch him as this turnaround, and you too can see that imaginary box out there that keeps everyone safe on the American Air Show circuit. a nice double avalanche and turn it into just a series of rolls on the downline as he recovers on the other side. 5 in all on the top of that big loop. Again, Scott does compete in the IAC competitions. For those equestrian fans, it's a lot like a dressage competition, where you have a prescribed series of maneuvers that you have to conduct and complete, and they're judged by a community of your peers who are trained for judging aerobatics. And believe it or not, as Scott will tell you, flying straight and level, an exact line from one end to the other, often one of the hardest maneuvers. And once you master that, you get down the loop and the roll, then you can do stuff like this. Check it out. He is continuing to tumble all the way up as he just stops it right there at about 1,100 feet. If you can fly straight and level right side up, Scott will now demonstrate right there how you can do it upside down. Again, one of the most challenging things to do when you're piloting one of these little airplanes is to keep it on the same line that you came in on. He's going to go up here high and behind us for just a few seconds. And now he's going to dive back down and give you one last look at the MXS on his high-speed photo pass. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Scott Francis back as